Hello, USHL hockey fans, and welcome to the first episode of The U Show for the 2019-20 season. I'm your host, Chris Treft, and I will be taking you around the league following the first weekend of the regular season. All 16 teams met in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh for the league's annual Fall Classic, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Not only does this great event kick off the regular season with every team playing 2 games, but it allows scouts from the NHL, NCAA, and beyond to see all the top USHL prospects all under one roof. The opening weekend did not disappoint, so now let's check out the highlights from a few excellent games from Week 1. 2 teams with high expectations for the 1920 season met in their first game of the Fall Classic. The defending Anderson Cup champion Tri-City Storm took on the highly skilled Waterloo Blackhawks in a low-scoring but highly entertaining contest. The Blackhawks got out in front early before Joe Molinar gave us an early candidate for Goal of the Year. After that, we had 2 scoreless periods due to great goaltending, and then the game would shift to overtime.
Aaron Bollinger gets to the front of the net, backhander, he scores! Here come the Hawks! Aaron Bollinger!
The 2 teams that met in the Clark Cup final last year would do battle in a rematch. Sioux Falls and Chicago faced off in the final game of the Fall Classic, with the Steel having revenge on their minds and the Herd looking to stampede their way to a perfect weekend. The Steel drew first blood, followed by Sioux Falls' equalizer early in the second.
Right wing wall, Coffey squeaks in front, shot, score.
Chicago got 2 quick strikes late in the second to take a 2-goal lead into the third.
Fontaine, crisp pass, in front, score!
The Herd got 1 back in the final stanza, but were unable to complete the comeback. It was a great hockey game that saw Chicago get some payback from last year's championship defeat. We did have one game not a part of the Fall Classic, as the Phantoms hosted the Madison Capitals just down the road in Youngstown, Ohio for their home opener. And what a crazy game this turned out to be. Youngstown came out of the gate firing in their home opener and scored the game's first goal just 48 seconds into the contest. They carried that momentum to grab a 4-1 lead at the first intermission.
Dances around him in, drops off for a shot by Alger. Rebounds loose and they score!
Madison never gave up and stormed back to tie the game before Youngstown regained the lead in a back-and-forth affair in the third period.
Ando into the zone, between the circles, dances around him in, drops it off for Dope, he scores!
It was a crazy bounce that led to a fortuitous goal for the Caps that tied the game with under a minute to go. The game went to OT, and with under 20 seconds remaining, Madison completed the improbable comeback. Now it's time to take a look at the standings after Week 1 in the USHL. Waterloo is the only squad out west that remains perfect with 2 OT wins, while Cedar Rapids, Chicago, Dubuque, and Team USA all with a 2-0 start in the East. Looking ahead to next weekend, here are a few games to keep your eye on. First off, Team USA travels to Cedar Rapids for a 2-game set versus the Rough Riders on Friday and Saturday. Both teams are coming off a 2-0 weekend at the Fall Classic and looked very impressive in those games, which will lead to some great hockey at the Cedar Rapids Ice Arena. You can catch the game on Saturday for free as the Hockey TV free game of the week. On Saturday, Green Bay makes the short trek down to Chicago to take on the Steel. Both teams look sharp in Pittsburgh, and this star-studded affair will be sure to impress as the rivals go head-to-head at Fox Valley Ice Arena. And that will do it for Episode 1 of the 2019-20 season. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm Chris Trepp, and this was The U Show.